Hi guys, this is Rambling and Ranting, episode 1. Take a million because we suck at podcasts. I'm Chris,
And I'm Ben.
and this is the R&R podcast. Cue weird intro music. Okay guys, welcome to today's episode of the R&R podcast. Today we'll be talking about the new Harry Potter book.
So Ben, what do you think of the book? I think it's probably going to be very exciting and an interesting read. I don't know what J.K. Rowling's going to do with it, but I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, same here. I haven't really read the book at all. Neither has Ben. But I did take a exclusive look at it last night at Target at like 9 p.m. because why? What the hell? Why not? And the charger came here on the computer. We are a mess. We are broke and we're idiots who trying to start a podcast. Anyway,
For the library, for no profit, probably ever.
yeah, we're poor.
We're poor and we're idiots.
Yep. Anyway, from my look at it, it takes place directly at the end of the seventh book.
You mean after the 40-year interlude thingy, Mabobber?
No, it actually takes. Surprisingly, it takes place. I can't speak. I just flubbed.
Directly.
Anyway, it takes place directly there. They use lines directly from the book at the very beginning of the book. At the very beginning of the new book.
So right after the battle with Voldemort and Voldemort dies and all that.
Spoiler alert!
If you haven't read Harry Potter before this, read Harry Potter now, because otherwise you will have no idea what's going on. And there shouldn't need to be a spoiler alert on the fact that Voldemort dies.
Okay, but yeah, directly after he who shall not be named dies.
And
Dun, dun.
anyone who knows the book knows that who shall not be named is Voldemort.
Okay, this book is in a script form, meaning that it can be directed straight to a play, which is very cool. Don't you say?
In fact, I think it's more of a play book, like taken off of a play. So this is probably going to be a movie very soon, hopefully, and the movie's going to be awesome, probably.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of movies, are you excited for the new Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find the movie?
I mean, I am and I'm not at the same time. And also, one of my problems with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is probably going to be one of my problems with Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, depending on who they cast as Hermione in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Because Hermione is a set character, and she is supposed to be one way in this universe. And for the Fantastic Beasts movie, they changed who Hermione was as a character, and I'm just not okay with that. Like, I don't care what race or what color or anything else about the actor who is replacing Emma Watson, who previously played the part of Hermione Granger. I don't care about anything about who that actor is. In fact, I would have as much of a problem with this as if the character was originally a person of color and they replaced the character with a white person actor.
We're just kind of upset that they changed the personality of them.
Exactly. That is exactly my problem with it. They're changing the personality of the character and who they are. And it's just
Yeah, it's just like kind of stupid, as many of us grew up with Hermione as this girl who was very smart and knew everything, and was one of the smartest people ever. We're kind of just weirded out that they're going to change everything about her. But nonetheless, we're still excited to see this movie. It's gonna be a great addition to the franchise. What's one of the things you're looking forward to, Ben, in the new coming movie?
Fantastic Beasts or Cursed Child?
Fantastic Beast.
Oh, I wonder like if they're going to talk about those creatures that Luna Lovegood would always talk about, and everyone would think she's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Is he? I wonder if they're gonna like actually make those like real creatures, and
They are real. We can only, you only see only the people who see people die can see them though.
I'm not talking about the Thestrals. I'm talking about every other creature that Luna Lovegood talked about, like the Nabgas and all that other stuff. I just wonder if they're going to make them real creatures in the Harry Potter universe, and prove that Luna Lovegood is not crazy.
Well, her nickname is Loopy Lovegood, so she is kind of insane. But that's one of the things we love about her.
Yeah, I mean her insanity is one of the things that like people love about her, but at the same time, like I think it wouldn't remove her insanity to show that the creatures she believes in are real. It would just be interesting in my opinion.
Yeah, one of the things I'm looking for is, since it's set in New York, the new houses. Oh my goodness. The houses look amazing.
They're setting it in New York.
Yeah, it's set in New York.
Why?
Because, I don't know, because they're bringing new houses to the magical world, the United States houses. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's the same colors.
Well, that is certainly interesting and something I hadn't heard about. So then we're still talking about Fantastic Beasts, right? So how are they going to like Hermione and comes over here to America?
No, I'm not sure what her role is, but I know they're just going to integrate the new houses as the person who's the main character. I can't remember for the life of me what his name is went to the American schools. So they're gonna work it in somehow, but he did not go to Hogwarts.
Okay.
Speaking of Hogwarts, where's your house, Ben?
Well, my house, if I remember correctly, was Slytherin, and I kind of agree with that because I do sometimes like make my own rules for the rules, but I wouldn't ever like hurt somebody to get my own way or something like that, you know.
That's Slytherin's motive.
Yeah, but I draw the line at hurting other people.
My house is Slytherin too, because I Slytherin in DMs. Okay, I'm gonna cut that out. Cut. Anyway, my house is basically Slytherin too. I love that house because it's just so dark and evil. But we also have Draco Malfoy, so that's a plus. But at the same time, we also have Crab and Goyle, so and Pansy.
That is true. You gave the mic to me as I started eating.
No.
No.
Cut. Anyway, speaking of Hogwarts, God fucking damn it.
Cut.
Pause. When we say cut, that's where we do it again. Okay, cut. Anyway, speaking of Hogwarts, what do you think of from reading the books, Ben? Did your image of Hogwarts was it the same as what you expected when you saw the movie version?
I kind of, in my head, imagined it to be a bit of a darker place than it was in the movies, but it mostly met up to my image Hogwarts. So
Yeah, same here. I expected it to be a little bit more darker and more everything else, but to be to be honest, I'm not. I really do love the Hogwarts they painted for us.
Me too. I never said that I didn't love the Hogwarts they painted for us. And yeah, I well, speaking of the books, um, what was your favorite book?
Um, my favorite book had to be Goblet. I loved that book. I don't know why. I think just the games that I did. They brought in multiple new schools.
Cut.
Leave that in. This is gonna be the unedited version, so for the most part, how we do this ass. So, but we're gonna be bleeping out curse words because this is family friendly. We're sorry. Anyway,
Again, I have a problem with this being family friendly, dealing with the fact that we're talking about anime, LGBT, and Trump on here as well.
in
So
later episodes.
in later episodes, yes, but still.
Still, like the other episodes, we'll put like warnings and disclaimers in the descriptions, based off what we think should be age gaps. But this one, we're gonna be pretty much looking for teens and 20 somethings.
Sure. Okay. Wait. Well, my favorite. Back to talking about actual Harry Potter. My favorite book was Prisoner of Azkaban. Um, I don't really know why. It's always been my favorite book.
Please stop. Lexi. I can't even. Lexi asked us to do it. Anyway, what was your favorite book again, Ben?
Prisoner of Azkaban.
That book sucked.
Ah,
I didn't like it. I didn't like the story. It felt like yeah, Sirius Black is one of my favorite characters.
me
But
too.
I felt like he had no purpose in the story. I didn't really see that. Like they could have used anyone else, and it would still the same.
Yeah, but I also I like the time turner. I felt like while I felt like they didn't really they just used it in that one book and mentioned it in that one book and then it was never mentioned again. I feel like they could have done more with it.
Oh yeah, true. The time turner was amazing. I love the idea of time turning because I love Doctor Who, but that's a discussion for another day. Anyway, what was one of your favorite moments from the books?
Oh, favorite moment. Hmm. Um, I'd have let me think about this for a minute. Favorite moment. Like I I've always enjoyed like the 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 uh the moment when Harry is first in the Hogwarts Hall and all the ghosts and the candles and all that.
The introduction to Hogwarts.
Yes, that's always been like one of my favorite moments in the books. What about you?
One of my favorite moments was half an hour. Yes. What's it called? One of my favorite moments was like most of the Quidditch moments, like especially Harry's first time playing Quidditch.
Oh my God, yes.
That was amazing. Especially I also like the because as I am like humongous Potterhead, not pothead. Cut that part out. Anyway, it was. Oh, I have. I smoked it. feel like a high warp though. I smoke weed every day. No, no, I smoke. I warp though. A band competition. A band festival.
And we're cutting any of this out that this got on it. But yeah, I have always enjoyed the Quidditch moments too. But like one of my least favorite moments was the World Quidditch tournament because it felt like it was just there to like be there and then and justify Quidditch as a game where the snitch wasn't the only thing that mattered, which it is. You have to admit it is.
Yeah, the Golden Snitch. Because personally, I love Quidditch. Like Quidditch is one of the best sports ever. Like even playing in the real life.
Yeah, I think so too. It's just only without the flying part. It's a non-wizard. It's a non-wizard version of Quidditch.
Yeah. Basically, it's just having brooms between your legs and running around like idiots for a few hours. So much fun though. Anyway, like most people, I can name everything, all the positions in Quidditch. Three keepers, and the three keepers play with the quaffle. They try to score in the three rings. The keeper, the keeper tries to protect them. There's one keeper per team. Then there are two beaters. They use the bats to knock the bludgers. Two balls that go randomly around the court, fly on their own, and try to knock people out. And then there's a seeker, Harry.
Also, Malfoy on the Slytherin team was the seeker.
And we can't forget Cedric.
Yeah, Cedric too.
And whoever the Ravenclaw was, because he's insignificant.
Yeah, Ravenclaw was never mentioned.
No, it was mentioned once in Order.
Then why don't you know his name, Potterhead?
Because I just don't. It's been a long time since I read Order. It was one of my least favorite.
Speaking of, my least favorite book had to be Order of the Phoenix as well.
Yeah, I like the idea of Order, but I just felt like they fell flat because I feel like some of it was more like romanticized, which for Harry, I just felt like that was wrong. I didn't feel like that should have been touched upon as much as it was. Because there's a good, decent, like 3 or 4 chapters about Harry and Cho. Chang.
Speaking of Harry and Cho, why don't we talk about controversial shipping? like the people who actually ship like Hermione and freaking Malfoy, or Harry and Hermione. Like, why?
We all know if you're going to do the non-canon ships, you got to make them gay.
Oh, so you mean like the people who ship Ginny and Hermione?
Is Ginny?
No, it is Ginny.
Is Ginny. Anyway, yeah, why not?
You're outnumbered 2-1, it's Ginny.
Internet, please comment down. Is it, if it's Ginny, say...
G'day.
Yeah, say gay. If it's Guinea.
Team Mystic. What kind of Combat Team Mystic?
Sure. No, don't do that.
I'm kidding.
If you think it's Ginny, comment. Harry, if you think it's think if it's Guinea, comment Potter. Anyway, so yeah, it's just like one of those ships that you just see online a lot. And personally, if it's non-canon, you have to make it gay.
you know, there are also people who like ship Harry and Draco, and it's like,
That's some good fan fiction.
I've never actually read any Draco Harry fan fiction, but I have myself actually read some more inappropriate.
Oh, now this conversation has turned into smart. Teens, please tune out. And here we have Sophia. Want to say hi?
No.
She's antisocial.
She just doesn't want to participate in our ranting and rambling.
Don't worry, don't worry. If you want to hear more of Sophia, you hear more of her in our anime podcast. She'll probably be tuning in to talk about more about like Black Butler, but that's getting off. Oh joy. Anyway, more on this stuff. To be honest, one of the great parts of Harry Potter was the introduction of the spells. Don't you agree?
Oh my god, the spells, yes. I've always, magic is such a fascinating thing. And
Magic the Gathering.
yes, like Magic the Gathering.
Hashtag non-sponsor.
No, we are not sponsored. This is not sponsored. We probably will never be sponsored. But I do love a game of Magic the Gathering.
Same. We'll be doing podcasts later this year as when the new sets come around about that. But one of the cool things about Harry Potter was what they actually mean. Like Avada it means it's Avada Kedavra. If you couldn't hear Sophia in the background while she's browsing for books, yes, this is a library. It means I create dead bodies as I speak. For all those who did not know that, that is some great Harry Potter trivia.
It's a combination of two languages. Yeah, blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, two language.
The Avada is, if I remember right, I forget what language it is exactly.
I create.
Yeah, it means I create in whatever language it is. What do you know?
I create. It was two words. It was I create as I speak.
Yeah.
And the author took another word from a different language. And
Which would be English, cadaver, and then changed it to cadavra, and made it I create dead bodies as I speak.
Who's J.K. Rowling is amazing.
Yes, she is amazing.
She is the goddess of writing.
She is one of the greatest authors.
Who is the goddess of writing then, Sophia? She doesn't want to say. Anyway,
J.K. Rowling is one of the greatest authors that has ever lived.
she even made Dumbledore death.
Yes, Dumbledore is death.
Which I kind of understand, but at the same time, I kind of don't, because I don't read that many theories.
Okay, so here's how the theory goes, right? So, first off, Harry sees Dumbledore when he dies.
True.
Harry does not die.
He kind of dies.
In this death state.
Anyways, also, Dumbledore gave Harry the cloak.
True.
Dumbledore had the Elder Wand,
True.
which was taken from him by
He who shall not be named.
who shall not be named.
Also known
And
as Voldemort's
yes. And he had the I don't remember if it's exactly canon that he had the stone.
No, he had the stone because he took it from Tom Riddler's grandfather, the ring, and the ring was the stone.
Right. So he had the stone too.
Because he gave Harry the snip with the stone in it.
Yes. So he gave out all three of the Deathly Hallows, just like death in the story of the three brothers.
And two of them died. The two people.
And two of the people who had the Deathly Hallows died. Except Harry. The boy who lived more than once.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was a theory. It was like the fact that because Harry could only be killed by Voldemort, and because Voldemort was dead, everyone was like, wait, does that mean Harry Potter lives forever? He's like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, I've heard that theory. Yeah, that theory it kind of makes sense. Well, because the theory goes with the prophecy. It was that if Harry were to kill Voldemort, he'll have to give up his mortality as for being mortal, and he would have to live forever due to the fact that
They can only kill
each other. But in the end, Voldemort did Voldemort did kill Harry, ending the Horcrux within Harry, which in turn Voldemort, which in turn killed them both, which in turn gives Harry his mortality back, in theory.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, I got something that everyone hates, but everyone loves. A character everyone hates, that everyone loves, but hates that was never in the movie. Can you guess?
Everyone hates, but everyone loves. Wasn't in the movie. What? Oh my God, you're right. Peeves wasn't in the movies.
I know.
The ghost Peeves. That
The
Peeves
ghost.
pissed me off.
Hey, bad punch.
Peeves, the ghost, wasn't in the movie.
I know. Oh, he was on Instructor Lexi.
Hello.
So, how much do you love Harry Potter?
I love Harry Potter.
Yeah, she suggested that we do this. She's the witch that made us do this.
Wow, thanks.
You're welcome, Lexi.
Well, in Harry Potter, witches are good things. So.
That's true.
Yeah, we're all wizards and witches here. So anyway, as we're basically out of time for right now, we're going to close off. So this is the Rambling and Ranting Podcast, Episode 1. The R&R Podcast. Sign off. I'm Chris.
And I'm Ben.